Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. Got a really interesting show today with dealers constantly trying to, A, make money, B, save time, because time is money, and certainly keep their consumers happy. We've got a really, really interesting gentleman that's going to help push us in that direction by the name of Sam Batters. Obviously, we've got Michael Larkin and Gary Silman with us, but if you don't mind, gentlemen, let me jump right in with Sam. Sam, from what I gathered from what we talked about, you've come up with a system to make estimates faster and more efficient because, as we discussed, it's just such a crazy situation with how long it takes. I believe you told me yesterday that out of 10 estimates, the body shops usually wind up doing 2 or 3, yet they spend countless amount of time poring over it, and apparently you've come up with a beautiful system that shrinks that time, making everything more efficient. Sam?
Great intro, Larry. Thank you. Yeah. So we believe here at Estimatics that AI needs to be used in areas that can be automated and get you back to working on things that produce money. Estimates in this business, like the example you just gave earlier, you don't want your techs to take time away from fixing cars and producing revenue, billable hours to go out and engage with customers and writing estimates. It's more than an estimate takes 30 minutes to write. It's the mechanic stops what he's doing, goes out, engages the customer, and by the time he gets back to the vehicle, he's already stopped his flow. He might have to find his tools. These minutes start to add up, and when you are doing, depending on how many estimates you're writing a day, those minutes really start to add up, and it's being double charged. So not only is the mechanic not working, but not working by writing the estimates, but it's more time because he could be working fixing a car.
Wait a minute, Sam. My math skills, I believe, are still good from my 4th grade education. If it's 30 minutes and it's roughly 10 estimates a day, that's 300 minutes,
yes.
Which sounds to me like that's 5 hours down the drain.
5 hours, depending on your hourly rate, that's a lot of money. And then let's just do that, multiply that times 5.
Wait a minute. And 5 hours doing the estimate is 5 hours not doing the work. So it's like a double.
10 hours. Yeah, it's about 10 hours.
Tell us your solution.
We have a very simple solution, but complex technology. We like the motto of advanced, affordable technology. And we want to get these perceived advanced tools into the everyday man. We like to call ourselves the Henry Ford of AI because we're industrializing advanced technology to make it affordable for everyone. And what we're doing, the way we're doing that is you simply take pictures with your phone, you enter the VIN, and you put that into our system, and we're going to give you a line-by-line estimate, breaking it down by time, material, and labor. So that's what we're doing over here.
What kind of time frame? Because the numbers you threw at me were just amazing.
Yeah.
And not only in terms of how much information you feed in to make sure it's accurate, but how quickly it's done.
We average around 45 seconds to a minute from start to finish.
Hold on, let me check with Silman because he's the expert. I believe 45 seconds is less than 30 minutes. Is that correct, Gary? Or is my watch bad? I know it's daylight savings time. It's a little confusing.
There's a little fat in there. Absolutely. There's a little.
Go ahead, Sam. If I don't get Gary involved, he writes me nasty letters.
Yeah, when we're talking about automation, it's not, we're cutting you down by 30 minutes, but think about all of the upstream effects that this has. The mechanic is now verifying estimates. That process is now done. And then we're pushing it onto parts, ordering parts, and then we're pushing it on to getting the parts and receiving and then installing the parts. These have very profound effects on the downstream effects of the system and of generating estimates. Going into the dealer, we've been talking mostly about the collision center, but going into the dealer, people are using this for recon, for trade-ins. we are increasing this part. Not only are we helping dealers de-risk themselves so that the used car manager doesn't have to worry about correctly evaluating the reconditioning costs, but if there is work that needs to be done, we're making this process faster so that inventory into the car is now coming back to the dealer because we're able to help the dealer flip cars quicker by getting them lot ready at a faster time and ultimately getting them sold and freeing up that tied up money in the inventory system.
Well, isn't right now the number one concern of any dealer that's paying attention time to the lot and time to sale?
It is. It is. And I don't want to speak too out of turn, but we're working on a full reconditioning application that not only has predictive analysis around the cosmetic damage, that is ready to go. That's production. We're selling it. We're using it right now. But we're also working on mechanical recon as well, which is surprisingly a lot simpler. But hypothetically, when this tool is ready to go, you're going to have the full view of this car. If it's at, let's just say the mileage is at 50,000, it's a Ford F-150, you're going to see immediately what is likely to break within the next however time period you would like to see it.
So you're not only analytical, you're predictive to a certain extent.
Exactly, exactly. That's not in the works yet. It's the mechanical recon, the cosmetic recon, ready to go. But we see the path forward, and that gives you the robustness and the diversity of our backbone technology of the AI engine.
I'm just going to make a thought and ask a question. Need used inventory, and you hear a ton of people out talking about the drive-throughs, and now with technology the valuation is so much easier, so I look at Sam's program as you empower people with a body shop right on their cell phone, so when they got a customer coming in on a trade-in, they can utilize it. There's so many opportunities that the dealer can now utilize, that they have this program that they can incorporate it in their day-to-day business. So it's the technology is the tip of the iceberg, because they're going to continue to come out with more products and F&I products, and the current dilemma that we're in right now, where everybody's underwater, $6,000-7,000, the future of Sam's program is going to be so much more important, because as they add the F&I products for diminished value and waiving of deductibles and using OEM is going to be the only way that customers are going to be able to keep their cars and keep their equity and their value. Diminished value is starting to become a common theme, and states are starting to regulate it. When a car goes over the curb, we know it depreciates. So we know that. Now, in an accident, now that car is even less. So Sam's program is definitely gives the tools to the dealer to build their own why buy here. And so with all the other products coming out, dealers are going to be able to tailor some real customized why buy here to separate themselves from the rest of the pack.
That's a great point, Gary. But when these diminished value products, these gap insurance products, OEM parts, these F&I products that are centered around the collision life cycle, when the customer leaves, they're really gone. The only time you may see them is when they come back for service, because you have them in a service contract. So those products are good, but how do you create that digital string to your customer? And that's giving the consumer a valuable tool that gives them instant notice, that gives the dealer first notice of loss. So what is the question every consumer asks themselves when they get in a wreck? How much is this going to cost? What is this going to cost me? We're taking care of that for the consumer. The instant something happens, we're giving them the ease of mind. We're giving them the decision. We're putting those decisions back into the consumer's hands, They're the ones who pay for the car. They're the ones who pay for the service. They're the ones who need to decide what happens to their car. Without these F&I products and estimatics, they're in the complete unknown.
I couldn't agree with you more, because, and plus they're in an accident. So their personal stress level is, they just, if anyone's been in an automobile accident, which I have, not a big, but you're shot, you're scared, you just got into an accident. And so you're starting to calm down. A great solution is knowing that the dealer is there to help. So that's what I see as a really huge trigger point right there.
Hey, Gary, and also, Sam, also, products can help with the second question that pops to mind. How long is this going to take? Because by making everything faster and more efficient, you're making it easier on the consumer as well as the dealer or the body shop or the service department.
Exactly.
How tied in are you with AI? Because we've got Mr. Larkin with us, who lives and dies by AI.
I would say I'm pretty tied in.
Yeah, I love your program. That it's not only using AI, but you're automating it, and you're doing it to scale. So it's very easy for the consumer to say, okay, when I get into an accident, the first thing I need to do is call a cop. The second thing I need to do is take pictures if you're not trapped. So that is easily understood. My question, and I posed it yesterday, but I think our viewers would like to know, is what's the pushback on insurance companies? You're dealing with immediately with the body shop or the dealer and the accident. That relationship is solid through your product. But where does the insurance bounce in?
So ultimately, there's no friction between us and the insurance. We don't tell body shops, run an estimate and give that to the insurance. We're the workhorse of this process. You don't want to just let AI, kick out an estimate. You don't even look at it. You give it to insurance and call it a day. You want to use our product as a checklist to do most of the work. You run through it, verify everything's correct, and then you're still, we're working with our integrations into CCC and Nexius, where you are removing double entry. So we can push our estimate, the generation of the estimate occurs in our system, and you can push it into your actual body shop solutions, and that is now your estimate, and you can build around that. So you're no longer, you're not doing the estimate, you're just verifying things now. So that's the beauty of it.
We've been talking about this in the last couple shows, is that AI is great, but it still needs to be harnessed by a human. And so their tools give empowerment to the body shop manager. It's giving empowerment to the consumer. So this is where it is. It's putting the empowerment back in the hands of the people who bought the car and who need the assistance. So AI and AI is used properly. Nothing to be afraid of here. It's just using it correctly. Excellent.
Sam, your program sounds so terrific and so useful. What's the easiest way for people to reach you, get more information, get in touch with you? What's the best way for them to roll in the right direction with you?
Yeah, if you just visit our website, advancedestimatics.com, you'll see a contact button that comes directly to me, and we can talk from there. I'm sure we'll put the URL in this link.
And obviously, I'm marketing their program, so I'm usually putting stuff on LinkedIn where I share a lot of Sam's work. We think that this is a perfect solution that touches every department in the dealership. And if you want to create a culture, there's how you create a culture, is that everybody has accountability, everybody does what they're supposed to do, and the product works. And, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on a lot more of the F&I marketing stuff, because it's a winner. It's a way to separate yourself. It's a way to recon. It's a way to get business back in your service drive. And as we are looking for, we're looking for win-wins. And here's another win-win-win. And so I thank you, Sam, for your time. Appreciate everything. Michael, Larry, we're educating our dealers so the dealers can bring tools inside to make life easier for them to sell cars using digital technology to streamline the whole system. Thank you. So, Larry, Mike, any final thoughts?
No, I'm excited about anything that'll make life easier for dealers, for consumers, more efficient. And again, what a dramatic difference. You know, sometimes you can't quantify, Sam, a difference, but 45 seconds to 30 minutes, man, if you can't figure that one out, you're not paying attention. We're very glad you decided to join and share this information. And if you're working in tandem with Gary Silman, unbeatable, because for anybody that doesn't know, Gary's the best and most honorable F&I guy in the whole state of Connecticut. Now he's getting backed up by Michael Larkin, so he's filling all the AI gaps. And if you tie that in with a guy like Sam, whose whole concept is to make life easier and more efficient, I don't know how the heck we can lose him. I don't know about everybody else out there, but I'm glad I'm learning all this information. Sam, thank you so much, and feel free. You teased us a little bit with some programs coming. As this thing develops even more, man, feel free to let us know as the steps become achieved, and we'll get you back in, because what a great amount of information, what great information to share with people. So thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Thank you, guys. Pleasure talking to you all.
All right, man. Have a good day. Appreciate everything.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.